Hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome. If you are new, my name is Charlene, and on this channel, we discuss everything beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if you like my style, why don't you subscribe and you stay a while. In today's video, as you saw in the thumbnail, we have some fragrances to go over today. Yes, I have this discovery set that I've tested twice now to give my full thoughts on what I think of this Juliet Has A Gun. Since we have Pear Ink, Not a Perfume, Lust for Sun, Vanilla Vibes, and Juliette. And then we also have the Ariana Grande. This is her REM Cherry Eclipse fragrance that she released last spring. So I'm going to share my thoughts on this, as well as share the layering combinations that I've done for this beginning of May. So if all of that sounds good to you, then just stay tuned. So let's first take these back out of here and let's go over these one by one. And I didn't have to retest the Lust for Sun out because I have this one in the bigger bottle. So we'll go over my thoughts with that one. I had a time with that last summer. Let's just say that. So let's go over one of the ones that was, I think, my favorite, besides, of course, the Lust for Sun that I already got the big size in. And that is the Juliet Has A Gun Pear Ink. So this is the miniature of this bottle. I've seen this one still available for sale, but these are 8 mils. They're 8 mils or 1.35 fluid ounces on them. Okay, so according to the site, this one says that it has green paracord in the top notes, heart notes of ambroxan or cedarlouse, and base note of musk and ambretolloid. And this is said to be a fruity, musky, freshy scent, right? Let me tell you, this one here smells like a nice, fresh, musky pear on your skin, but it leans into the gourmand side of things. And so that's what made this one be a love for me. And I smelled this all day. So this one here gives you nice longevity as well as a nice, fresh pear, slightly sweet, gourmand leaning scent. So this one is one of my favorites out of this whole Discovery Comfort set that I have. It has a creaminess about it, and I definitely feel like this is one that will lean especially great for this time of year, going into the summertime. I think that this one is a beauty for this time of year. So this Pear Ink is one that I do highly recommend from the brand. The next one here is the regular, the original, Not a Perfume. Now this one just has the cedarlouse in it, which is also ambroxan. And ambroxan, you guys, all of these have the ambroxan in it. And I know ambroxan is known to not do well with some people. So just keep that in mind if that is something that bothers you. It's in all of these fragrances. This is Not a Perfume. It's advertised to naturally enhance your own skin scent without giving it a perfume note. So it just has this woodsy, musky, ambery type scent about it. And it's just something that you can wear anytime. This is one, I'm not big on skin scents. So this for me is one that I can skip, but I know this one is well loved. And I know they did a super dose in this same one as well that a lot of people love. So if you love those clean, fresh, clean scents, musky scents, and you know, those skin scents, if you love those, then you're going to love this one. It's just not one for me. So this one, to me, I wouldn't go out and spend the big bucks on a bigger bottle of this one. This right here in this Comfort set, you know, I can have it or not have it. It's not gonna, I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it if I don't have it in my collection. But it's nice that I got to try it in this Comfort set. Now, the baby of mine that I love, I loved it on first sniff, ordered it, got it in a bigger bottle, was the Lust for Sun. And of course, you know why. Look how this bottle looks. Let me show you this one in the bigger size as well, because it comes in this bigger box like this. And I keep it in a box. For some reason, once I get done using it for the summertime, I put it back in its box. But this is how the packaging comes. And I wore her a few times last year because she was newer to my collection last year. But this is how the bigger bottle looks. So you see it's just a miniature of the bigger bottle. So the bigger bottle is 3.3 fluid ounces, what it says, or 100 ml. And so when you look at this one, it says top notes. When you hear these notes, you'll know why this tropical girly love these. I got my little tropical vibes going on. You know, I'm bringing summer in, you guys, bringing summer in. So top notes of coconut, freesia, and bergamot. Heart note of gardenia, ylang ylang, jasmine, orange blossom, and manoi. And base note of white musk, ambroxan, and vanilla. This is your summer. This is just telling you that you're on the beach, you enjoying the summer parties, you enjoying the summer air, you on the beach, you're doing all the tropical sunny things. This is your creamy, this is solar, this is tropical, this is lovely, lovely, lovely. And this one here gives me all day wear. And when I tell you I had a time with this one last year, your girl had a time with this one last year. So I'm about ready to pull this one back out. But just know this one here was already a love. The next one we have is Vanilla Vibes. Vanilla Vibes is one that says it has top note of Fleur de Sel, which is sea salt. Then it has Natural Vanilla Absolute and Orchid Absolute in the mid. And then in the base notes, it has Sandalwood Absolute, Brown Musk, Benzoin Absolute, and Tonka Bean. Now this one here is supposed to give you that fresh, beachy scent. And let me tell you about this one. This one and me had a love-hate relationship. Yes, because when I first initials put this on my skin, because this isn't sprays, you guys. These little confront sets is dabbers, right? So when I dab this all over my arm, up and down my arm, that first like 20 seconds, I smelled this nice vanillic sweetness. And I was like, ooh. And then immediately hit me with that screechy salt. And that salt, I did not like. Like like the Paco Rabanne Olympia has that sea salt in it. And I know that scent, some people either love it or don't love it. I love it. But I know how some salts can it can be hit or miss for some. This one, the salt in here is a no for me. But it's only in the top note. So as it finally dissipates, so after you get past that like 30 minutes or so of that salt dissipating, you're left with a nice, beautiful, beachy vanilla scent that smells absolutely amazing. I loved it once it got past that, right? So, and the reason being, I know what the reason being. Let me tell you about because it got Orchid Absolute in there, along with the vanilla, along with the sandalwood, the tonka. So the initial opening, the mid, and the dry down is where I love this one. I do not like the screechiness of the sea salt in this one on my skin chemistry. It did not play well with me. But I love the rest of the time. So would I upgrade this one? Probably not. I will just enjoy this rest of this 8 ml out of here. Enjoy it while I have it. And we'll see as I finish this whether anything changes. Like I said, this is my second time going through this set. So I did a good trial through it, waited like a month or so, and then I went back through them again to do a retesting of all of them to see if anything changed from the initial first impression to now. And I can say that all of them got better from my first impressions. So that says a lot. But this one, the saltiness, not for me. This next one is Juliette. So Juliette looks like this. And Juliette is the one that has the top note of dark cherry and pink pepper, heart note of jasmine absolute and cashmere, and base note of ambroxan and tonka bean. So this one is one when I first initially put it on. Another one, I didn't care for it in the opening. Didn't care for this one in the opening. I felt it was a little bit too woodsy-like for me. Yeah, I felt like this one was too woodsy-like in the opening for me. It kind of reminded me of that Idol, was it Now or Power? It kind of reminded me of that Power, how the Power with that with the rose was. This one was with that cherry. That it was kind of off-putting to me at first, but as it settled down is where this one became sensual and lovely for me. And then I end up loving it a lot. It has a sensualness about it. It has a confidence about it. So I can see where a lot of people love this one. I do enjoy the dark cherry note in here. I just didn't appreciate that woodsy element that's in the beginning. And it kind of dies down as the other notes introduces themselves in there. So Juliette is another one. I think I'll just keep it like this. I don't think it's one that I wouldn't necessarily want to upgrade. So all in all then, when you see this whole set, it was only this Pear ink that really tempted me to get a bigger size in. And you guys, I love my Lust for Sun. So the Pear ink and the Lust for Sun are my favorites out of this 5 here that I've tested so far from Juliet Has a Gun. I was on the fence with that new banana one that they released. Because of the maple note in there, and they didn't have it in the stores for me to test it before I just ordered it, and I just did not want to just blind buy that one. So we'll see, because I'm tempted about the banana note in that one. And they just released, you guys, I just saw their TikTok where Juliet Has a Gun is just now releasing another, I think it was like 3 or 4 scents. They're calling it, they're decking it like they're decadent ones, like they're supposed to be extra, like extra rich. So that has piqued my interest with them as well. That is all of those. Let's get to this Ariana Grande one that she released last spring, called her Cherry Eclipse. Looks like this. She has this setting here. This is what the bottle looks like. So Cherry Eclipse. This one says that it has top note of black cherry jubilee, sugared honeysuckle petals, mid of natural jasmine absolute sambac. Yes. Marshmallow meringue, and then base of glowing amber and warm musk. This one here, this one isn't doing too much. It's not like going too gourmand, too extreme. So it makes it where you can wear this like year round just about, because it's not leaning too heavy or too light or what have you. So this one is very versatile. If you love a nice, sweet, airy cherry scent, you're going to enjoy this one. It's nice and creamy. Has a little comforting thing about it as well. I did enjoy this one. I did do a layering combination with this. So I'll share that in just a second. But this Ariana Grande Cherry Eclipse REM, Rapid Eye Movement, her REM collection with this dose of cherry, I think is very good. I think she did a great job on this one. It's giving you nice and sweet. It's giving you cherry. It's giving you that light, airy sweetness from the marshmallow. Enjoyed this very much. Now let's get to some of these layering combinations I did. Since we're on the Ariana Grande, let me go ahead and start with this one. We started out with the Victoria's Secret Cherry Eclipse Lotion. It has top note of cherry liqueur, maraschino pulp, heart of brown sugar, and base of blushing amber and lacquered woods. And then we went in with Cherry Bite, which has the cherry nectar along with radiant amber. And then we just went over the Ariana Grande fragrance with that nice dark cherry. So we mixed up the cherries. It's the dark cherry mixed with the cherry liqueur and the maraschino cherry. So we got all the different variations of the cherries mixed with that marshmallow and creamy goodness, and a nice little warmth about it. So this was the combo. This was gorgeous. Love this one quite a bit. So that is the first combination. The next combination I have with you guys, I did two with this perfume. So I'm gonna start out with the first one. The first one, we went in with the Fruity Musk lotion. This is their cream from Bath & Body Works with dewy raspberry, sugar musk, and velvet moss. We also utilize the pink sweet apple. This is their pink apple body oil. We use Fleur's Mrs. Smith. This is their candy green apple body mist. Because the perfume we are using is this Emir Pear Potion. One of you wanted some layering combinations with this perfume, one of my subscribers, so I got you two here. So we started, this is the first one, so you know this one has pear and apple in it, right? With jasmine, caramel, raspberry, and musk. So hence why we use the Fruity Musk with raspberry and musk. And then we played up the apple side of this perfume in this combination. So this is the first one for you. And then the second one we have for you is the one that has started out with this Kors Pure Greek Olive. This is a honeyed pear body cream. And we used Pearberry from Bath & Body Works. So Pearberry, a lot of people have this in their collection. It has Anjou pear, wild berries, apple blossom, golden freesia, and blonde woods. And again, so now this combination, we're playing up the pear note. The next one is featuring figs, you guys. So I got brown sugar and fig body cream from Bath & Body Works that has fresh fig, coconut milk, caramelized brown sugar. We use the body mist in that as well. We also added some of the Victoria's Secret Dreamy Petals, which has the raspberry and tea along with blackberries in here. Because this is the tea we were playing up. We used the oil, cashmere, and vanilla essence from the Scent For You as our oil. And the fragrance we are playing with is Nest Indigo. That has that beautiful wild fig and Moroccan tea note in it. So we highlighted the fig, we highlighted the tea in this combination. It was gorgeous. My other combination, I wanted to play with my Peach and Rose perfume. So we used the Peach Blossom and Nectar, the new release from Bath & Body Works with their Vera Bradley collection. We use that in the body butter and the mist. And this has Peach Nectar, Golden Freesia, and Sweet Beechwood. And then we used, of course, the perfume. So this was the last combination. And last but not least is actually one that I'm wearing today. And this is starting out with Warm Musk from Bath & Body Works. And this one has Smooth Vanilla, Whipped Musk, and Cozy Amber. The mist we're using is the Cream Fresh and Clean from Pink. And this one has Lemon Meringue, Marshmallow Fluff, and Vanilla Snow. And the fragrance we are using is one of the new releases he has, one of his original creation, Marshmallow and Lace, that has a lemon note in there along with some marshmallow goodness, along with some muskiness and some amber. and amongst many other beautiful things, but this is gorgeous. So I love playing with this together. This is a beautiful one. So you guys, that is everything that I have for this fragrance follow-up Friday, you guys. Sharing some of these new fragrances that I've tested, giving my opinions, along with sharing some of my layering combinations. Let me know down below what you have been playing with in your collection or testing out. If you're new to the channel, be sure you are subscribed. Give me a big thumbs up. Hype the video if you have that feature. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.